No, no.
Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah, no.
Salt inside. It's like how I can same. Identical same. I make out of clay.
No, I'm just calling clearance. Okay. Now you can put it on the trolley and take it out. We will do a short carrot.
Yeah, it'll go.
We put it there, each
The body.
Yeah, when you start all full out, no, full. You whatever you want to do, that's 5 pounds, when you really done everything. Then you come. I'm just saying,
Most of it.
yeah, most of the time from devotional, I have to think about some of the regulatory department. You like to get you love
Okay, you can pull it out if you got. And Om Ninjakanagallu Nijendra Muruga Tanjatarushan Ganikia Shay Sensor Polimani Kirandiravi Panjakari Yani Padam Pariva Vakatunda Mahakayi Surya Koki Samaprabha Nirviknam Gurudevo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Shivaya Namah 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 Om
Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. நீத்தார் வழிபாடு இந்த அனுதாப பிரார்த்தனையில் கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கும் மதிப்புக்குரிய பெரியோர்களே, தாய்மார்களே, நாம் எல்லோரும் இங்கு ஒன்றாக கூடியிருப்பதற்கு காரணம் நம்முடன் இருந்து காலன் சென்ற ஐயா பெரியார் ஜெகதீசன் பத்த ஜாகி அவர்கள் நம்மை விட்டு எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனின் பாதை அடைந்தார். இன்றைக்கு நாம் தெய்வீக பக்தி பாடல்களை பாடி நமது சகோதரன் பெயரால் இறைவனுக்கு பூமாலையாக சூட்டு வந்துள்ளோம். அதே சமயத்தில் இந்த ஆத்மாவின் நல்ல பதிவையும் சாந்தியம் வேண்டும் என்று நம்முடைய உள்ளன்பு பிரார்த்தனை. அது மட்டுமில்லாமல் இந்த சூழ்ந்த குடும்பத்தார்கள் யாவரும் இந்த ஆழ்ந்த துக்கத்தில் இருக்கும்படியாக நாம் இறைவனை வேண்டுகிறேன். அவர்களுக்கு தைரியமும் பலத்தை கொண்டு காட்டி இறைவா நம்முடைய உள்ளன்பு பிரார்த்தனை. My humble vanakkams and greetings to one all of you as we have all gathered here this afternoon to bid farewell to our father, the late Jagadesan Pata Jagi. We invoke the blessing of God through sacred songs from the Devaram, Tiruvasam, Aruppa, asking the Lord to grant unto the soul eternal peace and shanti, and also to comfort this family during this trying time. Shall we all rise for the commencing prayer, please? முன்னவனே யானை முகத்தவனே, முன்னவனே யானை முகத்தவனே, முத்திரலும் சொன்னவனே, தூய்மை சுகத்தவனே, மன்னவனே சிற்பரனே, ஐங்கரனே செஞ்சடையும் சேகரனே, தற்பரனே நின்றார் சரணம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கு அறியவன், நீல உலாவிய நீர்மலிவேணியன், அலகல் சோதியன், அம்பலத்திலாடுவான், மாலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான், மாலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நன்றி. அமருங்கள். தேங்க்யூ. ப்ளீஸ் பி சீட்டட். We open this afternoon's program. As you know, it is always a Hindu custom that we pay obedience to Lord Ganesha, Vinayaka, Ganapati. We ask Lord Vinayaka to remove all obstacles in the pathway of our dear Appa, that his soul may become one with God and attain Shivapada. A dedication from the works of Valluvar, Kalai Nirai Kanabadi, taken from the Arutpa. Kalai Nirai Kanabadi Saranum Saranum, Kalai Nirai Kanabadi Saranum Saranum, Kajamuga Kunavadi Saranum Saranum, Kalai Nirai Kanabadi Saranum Saranum, Kajamuga Kunavadi Saranum Saranum, தலைவனில் இணையடி சரணம் சரணம், தலைவனில் இணையடி சரணம் சரணம், சரவண பவ குக சரணம் சரணம், சரவண பவ குக சரணம் சரணம், சிலை மலை உடையவ சரணம் சரணம், சிவ 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 சரணம் சரணம், சிலை மலை உடையவ சரணம் சரணம், சிவ 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 சரணம் சரணம், உலை வருவோருவரை சரணம் சரணம், உலை வருவோருவரை சரணம் சரணம் உமை சிவ அம்பிகை சரணம் சரணம் உமை சிவ அம்பிகை சரணம் சரணம் உமை சிவ அம்பிகை சரணம் சரணம் சரணம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஓம் தோடுடைய செவியல் விடையேறியோர் தூவல் மதிசூடி தோடுடைய செவியல் விடையேறியோர் தூவல் மதிசூடி காடுடைய சுடலை பொடி பூசியல் காடுடைய சுடலை பொடி பூசியல் உள்ளம் கவர்கல்வன் காடுடைய சுடலை பொடி பூசியல் உள்ளம் கவர்கல்வன் ஏடுடைய மலரால் உன்னை நான் பணிந்தேத்து அருள் செய்த ஏடுடைய மலரால் உன்னை நான் பணிந்தேத்து அருள் செய்த பீடுடைய பிரமாபுரமேவிய பீடுடைய பிரமாபுரமேவிய பெம்மான் இவனன்றே பீடுடைய பிரமாபுர மேவிய பெம்மான் இவனன்றே அருணறிய மறைவல்ல முனியகன் பொய்கை அலர்மேய அருணறிய மறைவல்ல முனியகன் பொய்கை அலர்மேய பெருணறிய பிரமாபுரம் மேவிய பெருணறிய பிரமாபுரம் மேவிய பெம்மான் இவன் தன்னை பெருணறிய பிரமாபுரமேவிய பெம்மான் இவன் தன்னை ஒருணறிய மனம் வைத்துணர் ஞான சம்பந்தன் உரை செய்த ஒருணறிய மனம் வைத்துணர் ஞான சம்பந்தன் உரை செய்த திருநறிய தமிழ் வல்லவர் தொல்வினை திருநறிய தமிழ் வல்லவர் தொல்வினை தீர்த்தல் எளிதாமே திருநறிய தமிழ் வல்லவர் தொல்வினை தீர்த்தல் எளிதாமே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். மந்திரமாவது நீரு வானவர் ಮೇಲದು ನೀರು ಮಂದಿರಮಾವದು ನೀರು ವಾನವ ಮೇಲದು ನೀರು ಸುಂದರಮಾವದು ನೀರು ಸುಂದರಮಾವದು ನೀರು ತುದಿಕಪಡುವುದು ನೀರು ಸುಂದರಮಾವದು ನೀರು ತುದಿಕಪಡುವುದು ನೀರು தந்திரமாவது நீரு சமயத்தில் உள்ளது நீரு தந்திரமாவது நீரு சமயத்தில் உள்ளது நீரு செல்துவர் வாய் உமை பங்கல் செல்துவர் வாய் உமை பங்கல் திருவாலவையா திருநீரே செல்துவர் வாய் உமை பங்கல் திருவாலவையா திருநீரே ஆற்றலடல் விடையேறும் ஆலவ யான் திருநீற்றே ஆற்றலடல் விடையேறும் விரு ஆலவ யான் திருநீற்றே போற்றி புகழினிலாவும் போற்றி புகழினிலாவும் சுர ஞான சம்பந்தன் தேற்றிதழல் உடல் உற்ற தீப்பினி ஆயினை தீர தேற்றிதழல் உடல் உற்ற தீப்பினி ஆயினை தீர சாட்சியை பாடல்கள் பத்தும் சாட்சியை பாடல்கள் பத்தும் வல்லவ நல்லவ தாமே சாட்சிய பாடல்கள் பத்தும் வல்லவ நல்லவ தாமே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
Thank you. Thank you. Good day, all. My name is Logan Naidu. As most of you here, and I'm sure most of you watching, know that Jaggi was married to my sister Thilaga, and she sadly passed away just 12 days ago. I welcome all present in this hall and all of you watching from all parts of the world to celebrate, I emphasize the word celebrate, the extraordinary life and legacy of our beloved Jaggi as we bid him a final goodbye. Who would say just this Sunday at Tilaga's ceremony, Jaggi not only met but enthusiastically interacted with so many of the Patha family who attended. In hindsight, it seems that that event served as a farewell for him. That's quite amazing. We have several speakers, and we have musical interludes between. And all of you who know him, again, many of the things you'll hear here, close family, know it all. Jaggi was a music connoisseur. Besides all the music he loved, he particularly loved the musical talents of our singer today, who performed at the ceremony. That's Kumaresan Chetty, who has kindly offered to grace this funeral. Thank you, Kumaresan. I'll call on our first speaker, and then I'll hand back to Kumaresan to entertain us with more beautiful renditions. So I'd like to call Suganya Reddy, niece of Jaggi Patha.
Thank you, Mr. Program Director, for that formidable introduction. The officiating priest, the Patha family and friends, the Naidu family and friends, for all present here today, as well as those that are watching from the live stream. Namaskaram, Vanakkam, and greetings to all. Mr. Jagadesan Patha, also known as Jaggi to many, Jays are to my late grandmother, Muruga Patha, Anjitalaga, and my late father. To us, he was known as Satapa. He was our second father, and Anjitalaga, late Anjitalaga, was our second mother. He was the second son of both my grandparents, Mr. R.C. Patha, who was a jeweler, and my grandmother, Mrs. Margadam Patha, who was a learned teacher and an educator in both the English and Tamil medium. As we celebrate the life of dear Satapa and the Patha patriarch, I wish to reflect on his long life. He was referred to our family historian. He had the wisdom and knowledge unmatched to many of his age. As you will all know, Uncle Jaggi was 93 years old, 3 months and 27 days at his untimely passing. He spent 34,888 days on this earthly plane. Not only did he serve as a human computer, he was also able to provide instant answers to complicated issues. He was able to link the wide Patha family ties and relationships both locally and abroad. He was a great husband to my late Auntie Tilaga, father to both Samyuthe and Kumaran, grandfather to Nikita Sayuran and Nikita Sayuran and Kayuri, sorry. He was a great father-in-law to Bobs and to late Ashini Patha. Uncle Jaggi took on the role of uncle to many of the Patha and Naidu family members. He played a keen interest in each one of our education and careers, and he was extremely proud of our joint achievements. He never had a bad word to say about anybody, but just simple praise. He was a great cousin to our family members, especially to Auntie Amba, who's present today, and she's going to be dearly missing him going forward. Uncle Jaggi, or Sitapa, was wise behind his years. He was a larger-than-life character. He displayed an in-depth knowledge, not of just his bookkeeping skills, but he was well respected by the legal fraternity for his paralegal knowledge and contribution. Sitapa was a learned Tamil scholar, which was instilled by our late grandmother, Mrs. Muruga. Guru Dr. Peter Maestri, Secretary of the International Movement of the Tamil Culture, South Africa, notes that Uncle Jaggi was known to the Maestri family from 1983. That's almost 41 years. He played a valuable role in both their laundry, helped Dr. Maestri with his temple in Lenasia, and his wide knowledge in the Tamil culture and in association with the Arutpa that we've heard today, Thevaram and Tiruvasagam, played a pivotal role in the Tamil, and he played a pivotal role in the Tamil I Stedford. He also played an advisory role to Dr. Mickey Chetty, President of the International Movement of Tamil Culture in South Africa. This led to Uncle Jaggi being part of an entourage and a delegation that went to France, Germany, India, and Mauritius. He also traveled to the UK in 2016. He also played a significant role in the Natal Tamil Vedic Society based in Durban as a trustee as a trustee in the Greenwood Park Temple. In the words of Maya Angelou, a great tree has fallen. He was our very own gentle giant and an unsung hero. Together with our late Uncle M.N. Pather, they fought against the injustices of apartheid. To my cousins Samite and Kumaran, Bob's and his precious grandchildren, we understand your deep loss that since you have lost both your parents and grandparents 11 days apart. Thank you for sharing and extending your dad's support to each one of the family members and to extended friends as well. Our lives would never have been the same without your dad. He had a great influence in each one of our lives. Again, in the words of Maya Angelou, Sitapa, your day is done. Your support and contribution to each one of us will long live. Rest well. May you receive a journey of eternal moksha for your good deeds. Om Shanti, may light shine on each one of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sugi, for that beautiful tribute. I hand you back to Kumaresan. Thank you.
I would also like to echo the sentiments of our sister. I know Appa for a while, and because as a participant in the Eichstättfeld movement, you always enjoyed the Eichstättfeld. You always will sit in the front row, not at the back. You will never sit at the back. You'll sit right in front, and you'll make sure that he's being recognized, he's being known that he's there. And you will always encourage the young people that are participating in that. Came up to me one day and said to me, Pa, you sing so beautiful, keep it up. And as I said to you, that our ayah was, as mentioned by our sister, a giant in the language. Because when I was at his house and I sang that song, one of the Devarams, and he said to me, you know, it has such a great meaning, and I enjoyed the way you sang the Devaram. So, you know, I was rather taken aback when I heard that Appa passed away. I was like shocked, you know, to know that he passed away. It was like really a big shock to me that I will actually sing now at his funeral. But nevertheless, we asked the Lord to receive this soul in his abode and give it Shanti. சொற்றுணை வேதியன் சோதி வாழவன் பொற்றுணை திருந்தடி பொருந்த கை தோழ சொற்றுணை வேதியன் சோதி வாழவன் பொற்றுணை திருந்தடி பொருந்த கை தோழ கற்றுணை போட்டியோர் கடலில் பாஜினோம் கற்றுணை போட்டியோர் கடலில் பாஜினோம் நற்றுணையாவது நம சிவாயவே நற்றுணையாவது நம சிவாயவே மாப்பிளை தழுவிய மாதோர் பாகத்தில் பூப்பிணை திருந்தடி பொருந்த கை தோழ மாப்பிணை தழுவிய மாதோர் பாகத்தில் பூப்பிணை திருந்தடி பொருந்த கை தோழ நாப்பிணை தழுவிய நம சிவாய பத்நாபிணை தழுவிய நம சிவாய பத்தும் ஏத்தவல்லால் தமக்கு இடுக்கல் இல்லையே ஏத்தவல்லால் தமக்கு இடுக்கல் இல்லையே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். எந்த ஈசன் எம்பெருமான் எம்பெருமான் ஏரமர் கடவுள் என்றேத்து ஈசன் எம்பெருமான் எம்பெருமான் ஏரமர் கடவுள் என்றேத்தி சிந்தை செய்பவர்க்கு அல்லாஹ் சிந்தை செய்பவர்க்கு அல்லாஹ் சென்று கை கூடுவது ஈசன் எம்பெருமான் ஏரமர் கடவுள் என்றேத்தி சிந்தை செய்பவர்க்கு அல்லாஹ் சிந்தை செய்பவர்க்கு அல்லாஹ் சென்று கை கூடுவது அல்லாஹ் சென்று கை கூடுவது அன்ற கண்ட மாமலர் உந்தி கடம்புணர் நிவமல்கு கரைமேல் கண்ட மாமலர் உந்தி கடம்புணல் நிவமல்கு கரைமேல் அல்டர் சோலை நல்வாயில் அறத்துறை அடிகள் தம் அருளே அல்டர் சோலை நல்வாயில் அறத்துறை அடிகள் தம் அருளே கரையினார் பொழில் சூழ்ந்த காழியுள் ஞான சம்பந்தன் கரையினார் பொழில் சூழ்ந்த காழியுள் ஞான சம்பந்தன் அறையும் பூனல் வந்த அறையும் பூனல் வந்த அறதுரை அடிகள் தம் அருளே அறதுரை அடிகள் தம் அருளை முறைமையார் சொல்ல பாடல் மொழியும் மாந்தத்தம் வினை போய் முறைமையார் சொல்ல பாடல் மொழியும் மாந்தத்தம் வினை போய் பறையும் ஐயுற இல்லை பறையும் ஐயுறவில்லை பாட்டிவை பத்தும் வல்லார்க்கே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
My dear brother-in-law, Jaggi, possessed inexhaustible energy and enthusiasm and had the sharpest intellect ever. Jaggi and Tilaga would have celebrated the 60th wedding anniversary tomorrow. Ever since they married, and I want to repeat the few things I mentioned at my sister's funeral, that's 60 years virtually. The entire Patha family from all parts of the world embraced Tilaga with abundant care and love, surrounding her with warmth and unwavering support. We made regular visits to the family. That's my mum and dad and brothers, and that family home at 115 Houghton Road, Clarewood, by taxi, to visit Jaggi, Tilaga, Sami and Kumaran. and the extended family living there. We saw how much Tilaga was respected and loved by the Patha family. For this, we are eternally grateful. They became a second family to Tilaga, one that cherished her as deeply as we did. So our heartfelt thanks go out to each member of the Patha family, many of whom, as I said, are watching this live stream, for the love you so genuinely and generously shared with her. In turn, the Naidu family fully embraced and cherished Jaggi, who was known not just by the family, not just by everyone in Greenwood Park, but known far and wide. I'll read a few tributes, and then we'll go back to some music, and I'll call the next speaker. This is from Jaggi's grandchildren, Nikita, Kiyuri, and Sayuran. Sitting in the front and the second row here. Dear Appa, thank you for sharing your wisdom, love, and captivating stories. Your legacy inspires generations, fostering tradition, heritage, and family bonds. We celebrate your unwavering enthusiasm, infectious laughter, generous spirit, and treasured stories. We pledge to carry forward your legacy, sharing your wisdom and stories. With love, gratitude, and admiration, Nikita, Kiyuri, and Sayuran. This next one is from Tamare Naik from Shenzhen, China. The bereaved family, especially Kumaran and Sammy, ladies and gentlemen, grief is like an ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm, and sometimes it is overwhelming. All we can do is learn to swim. Mr. Jagadesan Patha was the brother of my father, Saravan. I am Tamare Naik, Jagadesan Patha's youngest niece from Shenzhen, China. Mr. Jagadesan Patha was a kind and gentle man who always had a smile on his face and was willing to go the extra mile and attend meetings and functions against all odds. Today, I stand before you with a heart brimming with emotions as we celebrate a man who is not just my uncle, but my second father, my hero, mentor, and he offered unwavering support. As we gather on this sad occasion, I'm honored to pay tribute to a remarkable man whose life lessons, strength, and love have profoundly shaped our lives. My Uncle Jaggi, a man of integrity and resilience, has been the cornerstone of our Patha family. His actions have taught me more than words can ever convey. His commitment to our family, work ethic, and compassion for others are the pillars upon which I have built my values. From my earliest memories, my Uncle Jaggi has been a guiding light to my sisters and me. You heard Suganya earlier on, that's her sister, one of the sisters she's referring to. He taught me to rise above life's challenges by not accepting the mediocre and instilling the confidence, in inverted commas, to keep my feet on the ground and reach the stars. Through him, I learned resilience. In every push forward, I learned determination. His wisdom, often shared in quiet moments with my sisters Tachi, Suganya, Tere, and me, especially after the passing of our parents, Tulsi and Saravan, has been a beacon in times of uncertainty. Whether it was advice about facing life's challenges head on, or the importance of honesty and integrity, his words have been our compass. However, the most significant lesson my Uncle Jaggi has taught us is the meaning of unconditional love. His sacrifices, often silent and unseen, have been the foundation of our family's happiness and security. He has shown me that true strength lies not in authority or power, but in the gentleness of understanding, the patience of forgiveness, and the unwavering support for those you hold dear. To my uncle, who has balanced the world's weight with the grace of humility, who has faced life's storms with calm resolve, and who has celebrated every single victory of my sisters and myself with so much pride, we are because you are. You sang our praises to so many people as though we were your own children. Your legacy is not just in the lessons you've taught, but in the love you've shared and the lives you've touched. Even though I could not be in South Africa today, I reflect on your sacrifices, your dreams, and your love. I am immensely proud to be your niece and carry your teachings and heart in all I do. May you find peace in the knowledge that your legacy lives on in all of us. May you find eternal peace and happiness in the next chapter of your journey. With much love, Tamare Naik. I'll ask Kumaresan to sing again. Thank you.
ஓசை ஒளியெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, ஓசை ஒளியெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, உலகுக்கு ஒருவனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, வாசமலர் எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, மலையான் மருகனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, மலையான் மருகனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே. ஓசை ஒளியெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, ஓசை ஒளியெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, உலகுக்கு ஒருவனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, உலகுக்கு ஒருவனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, வாசமலர் எல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, மலையான் மருகனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, மலையான் மருகனாய் நின்றாய் நீயே, பேசப் பெரிதும் இனியாய் நீயே, பிராணாயடியன் மேல் வைத்தாய் நீயே, பேச பெரிதும் இனியாய் நீயே, பிராணாயடியன் மேல் வைத்தாய் நீயே, தேச விலகெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே, தேச விளக்கெல்லாம் ஆனாய் நீயே திருவையாறு அகலத செவ்வோஜோதி திருவையாறு அகலத செவ்வோஜோதி ஆறுமறியாய் இடத்தாய் நீயே ஆகாயம் தேருற வல்லாய் நீயே ஆறும் அறியாய் இடத்தாய் நீயே ஆகாயம் தேருற வல்லாய் நீயே பேரும் பெரிய இலங்கை வேந்தல் வேறும் பெரிய இலங்கை வேந்தல் பெரிய முடிப்பத்து இருத்தாய் நீயே பெரிய முடிப்பத்து இருத்தாய் நீயே ஊரம் புறம் மூன்றும் அட்டாய் நீயே உன் தாமரையாளும் மாலும் கோடி ஊரம் புறம் மூன்றும் அட்டாய் நீயே உன் தாமரையாளும் மாலும் கோடி தேரும் அடியல் மேல் தேரும் அடியல் மேல் வைத்தாய் நீயே தேரும் அடியல் மேல் வைத்தாய் நீயே திருவையாறு அகலத செவ்வோஜோதி திருவையாறு அகலத செவ்வோஜோதி திருவையாறு அகலத செவ்வோஜோதி செவ்வோஜோதி திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். போற்றியன் வாழ் முதலாகிய பொருளே போற்றியன் வாழ் முதலாகிய பொருளே புலர்ந்தது பூங்கழற்கு இலை துணை மலர் கொண்டு போற்றியன் வாழ் முதல் ஆகிய பொருளே புலர்ந்தது பூங்கழற்கு இலை துணை மலர் கொண்டு ஏற்றின திருமுகத்து ஏற்றின திருமுகத்து எமக்கருள் மலரும் ஏற்றின திருமுகத்து எமக்கருள் மலரும் எழிலகை கொண்டு நின் திருவடி தொழுகோ எழிலகை கொண்டு நின் திருவடி தொழுகோம் சேற்றி தற்கமலங்கள் மலரும் தன் வயல் சூழ் திருப்பெரும் துறை உரை சிவபெருமானே சேற்றி தற்கமலங்கள் மலரும் தன் வயல் சூழ் திருப்பெரும் துறை உரை சிவபெருமானே ஏற்றுயர் கொடியுடையாய் ஏற்றுயர் கொடியுடையாய் எனக்கு உடைய எம்பெருமான் பள்ளி எழுந்தருளாயே எம்பெருமான் பள்ளி எழுந்தருளாயே எழுந்தருளாயே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆலல் தான் உகந்த முது செய்தானே ஆதியே அமரர் தொழுது ஏதுமாலல் தான் உகந்து அமுது செய்தானே ஆதியே அமரர் தொழுது ஏதும் சீலல்தான் பெரிதும் உடையானை சீலல்தான் பெரிதும் உடையானை செல்தீப்பார் அவர் சிந்தையுளானே செல்தீப்பார் அவர் சிந்தையுளானே ஏலவார் குழலார் உமைனங்கே என்றும் ஏற்றி வழிபட பெற்ற கால காலனை கம்பன் என் மாலை கால காலனை கம்பன் என் மாலை கால கண் அடியேன் பெற்றவாரே கால கண் அடியேன் பெற்றவாரே ஏ திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
I'll read two brief tributes, and then we'll get the next speaker. If anyone hasn't viewed the body yet, please come forward. This message is from our local councillor, Andrew Ackers, of this ward. To the Patha family, sorry for your loss. I knew them both very well. They lived at the back house panhandle driveway. Uncle Jaggy was witty and sharp. He attended many of the ratepayers' meetings and gave good advice and insight at these meetings. May their souls rest in peace. Then we have one from the Greenwood Park Sri Ranganatha Temple Society. To the Patha family, Greenwood Park, Vanakkam. On behalf of our officiating priest, officials, trustees and members of the Sri Ranganatha Temple Society, we extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved family at this time of your sad loss. The late Jaggi Patha was a valuable, respected member and devotee of our Lord Sri Ranganatha. He served the temple with devotion and dedication. The love friendship and guidance that he shared with so many, both young and old, will be missed but always remembered. His life and legacy symbolizes the value of faith, strength, humility, and integrity. We trust and pray that our Lord Sri Ranganatha will bless your family abundantly with strength to overcome this great loss. Our thoughts are with you and the family at this time of bereavement. Yours in Culture and Service, Mr. Teddy Governor, Chairman, Mr. Ashlyn Ellen, Honorary Secretary. We have the Chairman of the Natal Tamil Vedic Society, Advocate Taniga Mudli, with us, and I would like to call him to say a few words. Thank you.
Vanakkam to family and friends. It is with a very heavy heart that I stand before you. We've lost a giant in our community, a gentle giant, a man for all seasons and an endearing personality. The task at hand is a formidable one when you consider the caliber of person Uncle Jaggi was as we knew him. He served the community in a multitude of ways, and in particular, the Natal Tamil Vedic Society Trust for many years. He was also an active member of many other organizations, amongst them the Devotional Foundation and the South African Tamil Federation. Uncle Jaggi easily fitted the bill of a true Tamil in every respect. In fact, we can say that he was a quintessential Tamil, a super role model, compassionate, caring, a Saivite beyond the call, sagacious, an unwavering friend, dedicated to the Tamil cause, and indefatigable to the call of culture and Tamil heritage, and above all, a committed Tamil. In all spheres of his life, he had many friends, both socially and among the legal fraternity. In my last conversations with Uncle Jaggi, he wanted a meeting to discuss the Bella Bill and its implications for Tamil as a language. What stands out in this colossal person were his traits, mainly his love for humanity and the need to advance the value of Tamil language. And he often spoke of the great works of the Tirukkural and Tolkappiyam. He derived his sagacity from his early checkered life. He was a passionate Saivite both in theory and practice. He was strongly influenced by his early upbringing and often spoke of the trials and tribulations and great times of his days in Clarewood. The Natal Tamil Vedic Society is forever beholden to Uncle Jaggi for championing the cause of Tamil culture and heritage as a trustee. At times, unyielding to pressures that were affecting the management of the trust, offering wise counsel and to ensure the organization was on even keel. Recently, he was the motivating force that ensured that the Trust start a further branch to serve Chatsworth and the Durban South regions and expand the Trust on a national footprint trajectory. Uncle Jaggi was the driving force behind those negotiations. Uncle Jaggi was a visionary, a logical and creative thinker, touching lives wherever he was. He was lovable, making friends easily, as well as maintaining friendships over the decades. He was witty and held audience with aplomb. Moreover, Uncle Jaggi was a very good listener. He will be sorely missed by all his family and friends, colleagues, but mostly his family, as he leaves a vacuum that will be difficult to fill. To his ever-supportive pillars of strength, Sammy and Kumaran, and his close-knit, loving family, we offer our heartfelt condolences, as losing two parents so quickly is indeed heart-wrenching. It is our prayer that Lord Sivaperuman grant you the strength your resolve to bear this loss, dwelling on this great son of our Tamil Kudumbam. Let us celebrate his many strands of life and unblemished life. Nandri, Vanakkam.
Thank you. Tanuga. Appreciate that. As everybody knows, Jaggi was involved in the Tamil Federation, Vedic Society, so many. I've got another fairly long tribute I'll read shortly. I just want to hand over to Kumarasan to do one song and then I'll come back. Thank you.
தானமுள் படைத்தார் தானனை முள் படைத்தார் அதரில் தூத்தல் பொன்னடிக்கே தானனை முள் படைத்தார் அதரில் தூதல் பொன்னடிக்கே தானனை முள் படைத்தார் அதரில் தூதல் பொன்னடிக்கே நாளன பாடலங்கோ நாளன பாடலங்கோ நாயினேன் பொருட்படுத்து வானனை வந்ததிற்கொள்ள வானனை வந்ததிற்கொள்ள மத்த யானை அருள் புரிந்து வானனை வந்ததிற்கொள்ள மத்த யானை அருள் புரிந்து ஊனுயர் வேறு செய்தார் ஊனுயர் வேறு செய்தார் நொடித்தான் மலை உத்தமனே ஊனுயர் வேறு செய்தார் நொடிதான் மலை உத்தமனே ஊழி தோறும் ஊழி முற்றும் உயர் பொன்னடித்தான் மலையே ஊழி தோறும் ஊழி முற்றும் உயர் பொன்னொடித்தான் மலையே கூரிசையின் கரும்பில் கூரிசையின் கரும்பில் சுவை நாவல சூரன் சொல்ல கூரிசையில் கரும்பில் சுவை நாவல ஊரன் சொல்ல ஏழிசையில் தமிழால் ஏழிசையில் தமிழால் இசைந்து ஏத்தி பத்திரையும் ஏழிசையில் தமிழால் இசைந்து ஏத்திய பத்திரையும் ஆழி கடல் அறையா ஆழி கடல் அறையா அஞ்சை அப்பற்கு அறிவிப்பதே ஆழி கடல் அறையா அஞ்சை அப்பற்கு அறிவிப்பதே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
Beautiful songs, right? Thank you, Kumarasan. Jaggi would have truly appreciated that. This is from the Tamil Federation of KwaZulu-Natal. Letter of condolence, Mr. Jagadesan Patha. On behalf of the trustees, executive committee, management committee, and affiliated organizations of the Tamil Federation of KwaZulu-Natal, I extend the Federation's heartfelt condolences to the Patha family and members of the Natal Tamil Vedic Society on the passing away of our beloved and humble servant of our people, Mr. Jagadesan Jaggi Patha. Mr. Patha will be remembered for his humility, kind words, and passion for serving society. He loved to share his knowledge and appreciated the good in people. Steeped in rich cultural values and a deep passion for the Tamil language and culture, he served for many years as a trustee of our organization. That's the NTVST for short. Today, we remember the incredible legacy Mr. Patha leaves behind. Having served the NTVST with absolute humility and passion, his unwavering love for the Tamil language saw him championing the promotion and propagation of Tamil. Mr. Jaggi Patha's passing leaves a massive void in our midst. He will be sorely missed by the many that were associated with him. While we deeply mourn his loss, we seek comfort knowing he leaves a lasting legacy of selflessly serving society with love and devotion. Our collective prayer is for the divine to grant the immediate family, the extended family, his many friends and colleagues, the NTVST, and scores of Tamilians the strength, courage, and fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. Please know our thoughts are with you all during this most challenging time. May his blessed soul rest in eternal peace as we find solace and comfort through prayer, and may we all strive to uphold his rich legacy. Yours faithfully, Gan K. Modley, President, TFKZN. Thank you. I'll call Vahini Naidu to say a few words. Just before she comes on, I was kind of really struggling to find a word that could describe Jaggi. And after a pretty wide search, I came up with the word polymath. Before I tell you the meaning, Rabindranath Tagore, Nobel laureate, poet laureate, and Nobel Prize winner for literature, was coined a polymath. And the definition of this is a person who knows a lot about many different subjects. And you already heard from the speakers so far, and you will hear significantly more from the few other speakers. There's still 3 speakers to come on. So with that, I call upon my niece, Tilaga's niece, Kribi's daughter, Vahini Naidu, who actually came from Geneva to attend Tilaga's funeral and, of course, has stayed here for Jaggi's funeral. Thank you.
Vanakkam to one and all. It feels surreal to be standing here today, speaking on behalf of the Naidu family about Uncle Jaggi, the most senior member of our family. Our family, both immediate and extended, along with close family friends, are still in shock. We were still coming to terms with the sudden passing of Auntie Tilly. Yet life, in its bittersweet way, seemed to bring Uncle Jaggi back to her. Tomorrow, on November 7th, they would have celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary. A beautiful milestone in a lifetime of love and companionship. Though we feel the weight of this loss deeply, I like to think of Uncle Jaggi's soul taking flight just in time, a testament to his enduring love for Auntie Tilly, leaving this world to join her and celebrate their bond in a celestial way. Their love was truly one for the ages, not marked by grand gestures or loud declarations, but by quiet moments, shared glances, the comfort of each other's presence, and a gentle harmony filled with consideration and love. One of the most touching examples of this was Uncle Jaggi bringing Parsad home for Auntie Tilly every time he visited the temple. A simple yet meaningful act filled with thoughtfulness and devotion. On Sunday, at Auntie Tilly's memorial ceremony in the same exact hall, there was a profound sense of fulfillment in Uncle Jaggi. He participated wholeheartedly in the service, cherishing the time spent with family and friends. He made it a point to sit at every table, engaging warmly with everyone, animated and content, and clearly enjoying the devotional music. It was as if he wanted his loved ones to see him at his very best one last time, leaving us with a joyful, lasting memory before peacefully taking leave. Destiny, it seems, had a hand in his departure, calling him just 10 days after Auntie Tilly's soul had departed. In a way, it feels as though fate gently guided him to follow her, reuniting them once more. Uncle Jaggi, or Jasa as he was affectionately known, was so many things to us. As a linguist and scholar, Uncle Jaggi had a deep mastery of the Tamil vernacular. He traveled widely across South Africa and internationally, connecting with others who shared his passion for language and culture. He took immense pride in seeing Tamil receive constitutional protection in South Africa, a recognition he and others had long championed as the country moved toward a brighter future after years of struggle. Uncle Jaggi's life was a testament to his passion for law, justice, logic, and reason. His dedication to his work was unwavering. He never truly retired. Clients and friends continued to seek his counsel pro bono, visiting him at home where he gladly offered his advice. He frequently advised practicing lawyers, and there are numerous examples of case law where his contributions helped set important legal precedents. He remained enthusiastic and open to new ideas, embodying what it truly means to be a lifelong learner. He held South Africa and India close to his heart, embracing the complexities of both countries. His love for Tamil and its heritage was something he shared with the next generation, generously passing down his knowledge to his grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. Just the other day, like a magician revealing a surprise, Uncle Jaggi pulled out a newspaper clipping to me to read about the sacred Tamil text, the Tirukural, being translated into isiZulu, and he eagerly explained its significance. It was moments like these that truly reflected his passion for culture and language. On Saturday, just after lunch, I had the privilege of sitting down with Uncle Jaggi for a deeply enlightening 2-hour conversation. We covered some of our favorite topics: law, international trade, diplomacy, and politics. In his distinctive way, he brought such depth and wisdom to each subject, reminding me once more of his remarkable intellect and passion. It's a conversation I will always treasure. Later, I remember telling my father that Uncle Jaggi had the longest attention span of anyone I've ever met. His mind was as sharp as ever, right until the end. Uncle Jaggi was a conversationalist of note and very patient, able to connect with anyone, anytime, anywhere. He had a gift for making people feel understood and valued, taking a genuine interest in each person's story. His zest for life was contagious, together with his good sense of humor, which was shared freely with everyone he met. He was a man who appreciated life's simple pleasures and was always on his feet, walking everywhere, a habit that served him well in his later years. He also had a particular fondness for dosa, idli, apo, and his favorite potato chutney. It was one of his joys. He would often bring home fresh fish from the Durban market during his earlier days and would delight at the delicious fish curry that Auntie Tilly would prepare for supper. The Naidu family holds countless cherished memories with Uncle Jaggi, spanning across 4 generations. His passing, along with Auntie Tilly's, leaves an immense void, one that will be deeply felt at 103A, B, and C Workington Road and beyond. Their family home, nestled between Auntie Tilly's 2 brothers, served as the anchor of our family. Now, without them filling that space, the center feels broken. The family would like to acknowledge Sami and Kumaran for the loving care you showed to your parents throughout your lives. Sami, you dedicated your life to them, and we are all deeply grateful for the sacrifices you made. You were the best daughter any parent could ask for. To Kums, thank you for the unwavering support you provided, ensuring your parents were always well looked after and loved. To Bobs, we thank you for the compassion and support you offered to the family. To his sweet grandchildren, Nikita, Kayuri, Sayuran, and great-grandson Ezekiel, know that Appa was incredibly proud of you. To the entire Naidu Patha family, life as we know it for the past 34 years at 103A, B, and C Workington Road will never be the same. We would also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Chetty for his steadfast support to the family over many years, and to Mr. Krish Mudli, who was a cherished and dear friend to Uncle Jaggi. May your journey onward be peaceful, Uncle Jaggi. Om Shanti.
Thanks for those beautiful words, Vaini. I'll ask Kumaresan to sing a few songs, and then we'll continue with the program. Thank you.
This particular song I sang at our Aya's wife's funeral, Ariyane Andanartham Sindayane. And he came up to me and he said, "You really touched me when you sang Ariyane." And thereafter followed with Varva Vadu Mayam Manna Vaditinam. So let's listen to this beautiful dedication as I dedicate these 2 songs to our dear father. Ariyane Andanartham Sindayane Arulmarayal Agathane Anuvayarkum Theriyada Tattuvane Tene Pali Tigal Voliye Devargal Tam Kone Matre Kariyane Naan Muhane Kanalai Kaadre Kanai Kadalai Kulavarai Kalandu Nilra Periyanai Perum Patra Puliyurane பேசாத நாளெல்லாம் பேசாத பேசாதனால் எல்லாம் பிறவாய் நானே பேசாதனால் எல்லாம் பிறவாய் நானே வாழ்வாவது மாயம் இது மண்ணாவதும் திண்ணம் வாழ்வாவது மாயம் இது மண்ணாவது திண்ணம் பாழ்போவது பிறவீர் கடல் வாழ்வோவது பிறவீர் கடல் பசிநோய் செய்த பரிதான் தாழாதரும் செய்மல் தடும் கண்ணால் மலரோலம் தாழாதரும் செய்மல் தடும் கண்ணால் மலரோலம் கீழ்மேல் உற நின்றான் திருகேதாரமணீரே கீழ்மேல் உற நின்றான் திருகேதாரமணீரே நாவில் மிசை அறையல் நொடு தமிழ் ஞான சௌபந்தம் நாவில் மிசை அறையனோடு தமிழ் ஞான சௌபந்தம் யாவர் சிவன் அடியார்களுக்கு யாவர் சிவன் அடியார்களுக்கு அடியானடி தொண்டல் தேவன் திருக்கேதாரத்தை ஊரை செய்த தேவன் திருக்கேதாரத்தை ஊரை செய்த பாவில் தமிழ் வள்ளார் வரபாவில் தமிழ் வள்ளார் பரலோகத்து இருவாரிவாவில் தமிழ் வள்ளார் பரலோகத்து திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I'm going to render some Murugan songs now. As our Appa always loved songs dedicated to Lord Muruga. விழிக்கு துணை திருமெல் மலர் பாதங்கள் விழிக்கு துணை திருமெல் மலர் பாதங்கள் மெய்மை கொள்றாய் மொழிக்கு துணை முருகா என்னும் நாமங்கள் முன்பு செய்த பழிக்கு துணை அவன் பன்னிரு தோலும் முன்பு செய்த பழிக்கு துணை அவள் பன்னிரு தோளும் பயந்த தனி வழிக்கு துணை செங்கோடல் மயூரமுமே முருகா முருகா சக்தி வடிவேலோடு தத்துமயிலேறிடும் சண்முகா உனக்கு குறையுள்ளதோ முருகா உனக்கு குறையுள்ளதோ முருகா முருகனை போல் ஒரு கருணையுள்ள தெய்வம் இருந்திட காணுதல் அருள்மயம் அன்றோ முருகனை போல் ஒரு கருணையுள்ள தெய்வம் இருந்திட காணுதல் அருள்மயம் அன்றோ முருகனை போ முருகா முருகா பெரும் தவம் இன்றி பெறுவதற்கரிய பெரும் தவம் இன்றி பெறுவதற்கரிய அருட்பெரும் பதவியை விரும்பிய தருவது பெரும் தவம் இன்றி பெறுவதற்கரிய அருட்பெரும் பதவிய விரும்பிய தருவது முருகனை போல் ஒரு கருணையுள்ள தெய்வம் இருந்திட காணுதல் அருள்மயம் அன்றோ முருகனை போ முருகா முருகா சிறுமி வள்ளிகவள் இருமால் திருந்திட வெறுத்தனாய் வேடனாய் தருவனமாகி சிறுமி வள்ளியவள் இருமால் திருந்திட வெறுத்தனாய் வேடனாய் தருவனமாகி இருந்தியல் அவள் மனம் இருந்தியல் அவள் மனம் உருகிடவே செய்து இருந்தியல் அவள் மனம் உருகிடவே செய்து திருமணம் புரிந்தவள் திருவருள் புரிவது திருமணம் புரிந்தவள் திருவருள் புரிந்தவள் முருகனை போல் ஒரு கருணையுள்ள தெய்வம் இருந்திட காணுதல் அருள்மயம் அன்றோ முருகனை போ முருகா முருகா முருகா
I'd like to call on our next speaker, J. Pather. Thank you.
Bandakam, officiating priest, Samithe and Kumaran, Babs, Logan and families, ladies and gentlemen. I think foremost in all our minds is how swiftly this family has been met with another calamity straight after the passing of Auntie Thulaga. The passing of dear Uncle Jaggy, though, is unconscionable for so many reasons. At the ceremony for Auntie Thulaga barely a week ago, he was so active, so energetic, and so alive. The epitome of grace, warmth, generosity, and only gratitude for the presence of so many people, hiding well his own grief and pain. He kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," with his warm, open smile. Always extending a hand, a slight shake of the head, of course, his sparkling, youthful eyes. Eyes that saw so much trial, so much tribulation in his long life, and yet eyes that remain gracious, joyful, interested, connected, alive, and above all, kind and compassionate. With these eyes closed now forever, we probably don't realize how much we will miss the spirit that lived for his family, for his community, for his world, with a soft heart and a wise smile that constantly sought to assure all of us that everything will be okay. My sister Yegi from Los Angeles writes, "The day before I left for the United States, Uncle Jaggy came to the center of town to see me via minibus taxi. I told him, 'Jagana, it's so dangerous.' His reply was, 'I don't know when again I will see you.' Such was his ability to sacrifice his own personal safety for others. Looking at a photo of him carrying her when she was a baby, she writes that he was always caring, kind, loving, and helpful to everyone that knew him. When our dad, M.N. Pather, passed away in 1984, Uncle Jaggy came on board to help her to visit clients and discuss their business, and they used to be so happy and relieved to see him helping her through that difficult time. Yegi continues, "My uncle was an absolute treasure, a friend and a guiding light. His legacy will shine forever in my heart. Though he may be gone, the lessons he taught us and the love he gave will remain with me always. Thank you to Sammy, Babs, and Kumaran for taking such good care of your mum and dad." Pam, Parmesa, Steve, Andrea, and Penny, also from the United States, addressed the question that you may have the intelligence, but how do we use this in real life for ourselves and for others? And they write, "Uncle Jaggy, you will be remembered for both your wisdom and intellect, as well as the kindness and the compassion, for fearlessly representing the rights and interests of those that have been treated unfairly by bureaucratic institutions, an inspiration to all as you strengthened family bonds. Your contribution to the academic field, to the spiritual and community organizations, your mentorship and support for others. It is very, very painful to say goodbye, but you will be in our hearts and minds of so many of us. May you rest in peace with Auntie Thulaga." Yamuna from London, on behalf of Daya, Pat, and Jiva, shared their reflections. "Uncle Jaggy knew me since birth and was very fond of my mum and treated her as his sister, so much so that at the service after her passing, he wanted to pay a tribute to her but simply broke down in tears. A little known fact was that he played tennis at the tennis courts in Clarewood and influenced my family's interests in sport and our careers. For all his wisdom and serious disposition, those who knew Uncle Jackie well also knew him for his sense of humor, his unexpected and sometimes hilarious adventures. And Himuna continues, when he visited London in 2006, Jiva, my younger sister, and I decided to take Uncle Jackie for a Sri Lankan dosa thali. When we got to the center of the city, Uncle Jackie had his own ideas and went ahead. We searched high and low for close to an hour. We started to panic, but decided to go and look inside the restaurants. Finally, we found Uncle Jackie sitting at the original restaurant at a table, waiting for us and wondering where we were. Amy Alberding, professor of philosophy at the University of Oklahoma, writes, "We sometimes speak as if the deaths of elders warrant less grief, as if in aging, life is worn out and leaves no remainder to which real sorrow can attach. But all our tidy reasoning about what mortals must expect and should expect doesn't replace the ordinary truth of our dependence on beloved elders, which we discover on their passing. An old African proverb maintains that when an elder dies, a whole library burns to the ground. For this great Tamil scholar, this applies deeply. So when age cannot abide a little longer, it leaves much in reminder. It entrusts what it can do to the safekeeping of the young. And the day comes when the only seasoned wisdom they can find will be their own. So as Mona concludes, Uncle Jaggi was amongst the last of a stalwart generation of elders. Who proudly rose above hardship to become a legend for family that were close to him and for communities far and wide. Cameron and children, Samithe and Bobs, as to all who were close to Uncle Jaggi, as hard as it is now, we must be proud of and strengthened by the incredible legacy and joy that he leaves behind for you to walk in and live with and live long, fulfilling and productive lives as this great, great human being did. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay, for that heartfelt tribute. Kumarasan will sing a few songs and we'll then recommence.
உள்ளம் உருகுதையா உள்ளம் உருகுதையா முருகா உன்னடி காண்கையிலே உள்ளம் உருகுதையா முருகா உன்னடி காண்கையிலே அள்ளி அணைத்திடவே எனக்குள் ஆசை பெருகுதப்பா முருகா உள்ளம் உருகுதையா பாடி பரவசமாய் உள்ளையே பார்த்திட தோணுதையா முருகா பாடி பரவசமாய் உள்ளையே பார்த்திட தோணுதையா ஆடும் மயிலேறி முருகா ஆடும் மயிலேறி முருகா ஓடி வருவாயப்பா உன்னடி காண்கையிலே உள்ளம் உருகுதையா. பாசம் அகன்றதையா பந்த பாசம் அகன்றதையா உந்தன் மேல் நேசும் வளர்ந்ததையா. பாசம் அகன்றதையா பந்த பாசம் அகன்றதையா உந்தன் மேல் நேசும் மலர்ந்ததையா. ஈசன் திருமகனே ஈசன் திருமகனே எந்தன் ஏனும் அறிந்ததப்பா. உள்ளம் ஒரு உதயா முருகா உள்ளடி காண்கையிலே உள்ளம் ஒரு உதயா. கண் கண்ட தெய்வமையா கண் கண்ட தெய்வமையா நீ இந்த கலியுக வரதனையா முருகா. கண் கண்ட தெய்வமையா நீ இந்த கலியுக வரதனையா. பாவியன் இகழாமல் பாவியன் இகழாமல் எனக்கொரு பதமலர் தருவாய் அப்பா. உள்ளம் ஒரு உதயா முருகா உள்ளடி காண்கையிலே உள்ளம் ஒரு உதயா. ஆறு திருமுகமும் அருளை வாழி வழங்குதையா. ஆறு திருமுகமும் அருளை வாழி வழங்குதையா. திருமகனே வீர மிகந்தோளும் கடம்பும் வெற்றி முழங்குதையா. உள்ளம் ஒரு குதையா முருகா உள்ளடி காண்கையிலே அள்ளி அணைத்திடவே எனக்குள் ஆசை பெருகுதப்பா. முருகா உள்ளம் ஒரு குதையா முருகா. முருகா 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 முருகா.
I now call upon our last speaker, Pavlan Naidu. Pavlan, can you come forward, please?
Thank you, Program Director, for your introduction. Vanakkam, namaste, namaskaram. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pavlan, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Uncle Jaggy's nephew.
Today is a difficult day. Uncle Jaggi's passing has come as a complete shock to all our family and friends. As it follows, thank you. As it follows, just days after losing Uncle Jaggi's wife, Auntie Talaga. As we attempt to navigate our emotions through the tides of compounded grief and loss we are now feeling, I would like to think we've come here today to celebrate the life of a man who was not just my uncle, but also a mentor and a friend, and a moral compass to us all. It would only be appropriate, in remembrance of him, if I commence at the beginning of his journey and give some background to this great man. Some of this history has been kindly shared by a family member, Krishnan Patha. Jagadesan, Uncle Jaggi, was born on the 8th of July 1931 in Clarewood and was one of two sons born to my great-grandaunt, the late Muruga Patha, and the late Mr. R. Kupasamy Patha. He attended Clarewood Senior Boys School and matriculated at Sastry College. He thereafter qualified as a teacher and taught at Durban South Primary, Wirebank Secondary, and Fountainhead School in Amkumas. He was also a keen sportsman and enjoyed playing tennis. In 1957, he joined late Mr. M. Patha's Property Realtors in Victoria Street, Durban, as an account property consultant. Thereafter, he was employed at Archery Contractors before moving to the Imperial Cigar Company as their financial company secretary. This was the first Indian public company in South Africa. In his next position, he worked as a bookkeeper for the Island Hotel group of companies, and later worked as a paralegal consultant for T.C. Mehta and Company. He had one brother, the late Sarvan Patha, and later he married Auntie Talaga, and together they had one daughter, Samithe, and one son, Kumaran. Outside of the workplace, Uncle Jaggi tirelessly served the community with passion and dedication. He was elected to serve as trustee of the Council of South Indian Temples, Devotional, at their AGM in September 2019. His invaluable contribution to his heritage in Tamil language and culture was recognized by an affiliate of the Natal Tamil Vedic Society when he was awarded the Certificate of Appreciation. Beyond a figure of community service, he was a person of unwavering strength and resilience. He embraced every challenge that he faced, seeing it as a lesson to be learned, and accepting it with a grace that was truly inspiring. Uncle Jaggi was a man of a bygone era who carried within him the values of hard work, dedication, and the importance of family. He was selfless, brilliant, humble, and caring. A man of principles, evident in his actions and decisions. His commitment to his family and friends was his defining trait. He was a mentor to many, always ready with advice and ever so helpful with anyone seeking legal assistance, including those who were unfairly compensated or wrongfully suffered any loss. On many occasions, when assisting others, he made several journeys alone by public transport to the archives office in Pietermaritzburg to get historical documents in order to resolve cases. He also assisted several students who wanted to further their studies, to obtain bursaries, and motivated for them to receive it from the organizations he worked with. He was always proud of one's achievements. and spoke with pride of those accomplished by his children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. One of his fine qualities that I really respected was his commitment to honor any invite extended to him, irrespective of distance, weather, or complications. He would find any means of transport to attend, including travel by public transport. My mum once mentioned to me a time when he returned home after attending a function in Merebank by taking a bus to central Durban and then walking some distance to another bus rank to get the last bus to Greenwood Park, followed by another walk to his home in Workington Road. He was truly an amazing person that got to the places he wanted to go to, having no need of an excuse for his absence. This drive and determination saw him accomplish trips overseas to London and attend Tamil conferences in France and in India, even in his later years. I often admired his ability to converse with anyone, irrespective of age or background. He was keen to inquire from young people in the family about their education, interests, and career aspirations, and was happy to disperse valuable advice should they need it. He saw potential in everyone. His wisdom, guidance, and unwavering support have shaped the lives of many in this room, a testament to the impact he had on those around him. He loved reading and keeping abreast of current affairs and subscribed to all the local papers. His knowledge of history and science was quite astonishing. He was keen to follow recent innovations in technology and would often surprise others that would easily assume less from a man of his age. I always enjoyed the conversations that he and I had. Just a few days ago, we were both discussing Einstein's theory of relativity, experiments in nuclear physics and nuclear fission, and the infamous X particle, before embarking on some topics of religious interest covered in the most recent podcasts and audiobooks. So, not too bad for a 93-year-old then, eh? As we bid farewell to my beloved uncle, let us remember him for the love he shared, the joy he brought into our lives, and the strength he showed us in face of adversity. Let us honor his memory by embracing life with the same passion he did. My uncle's journey on this earth may have come to an end, but his spirit lives on. In the stories we tell, in the lessons he taught us, and in the love we carry in our hearts. He was a remarkable man who lived a remarkable life. And though we will miss him dearly, we take comfort in knowing that he has found peace. Thank you, Uncle Jaggi, for your love and your care, and for the countless memories we will cherish forever. Your legacy will continue to inspire us, guide us, and remind us of how life should be lived. Rest in peace, knowing that you are loved beyond measure, and that your memory will forever be a blessing to us all. Thank you.
Thanks for that beautiful tribute, Pavlan. One thing I know that Jaggi particularly liked, as I mentioned earlier on, was music. So I know he did, when Tilaga's funeral was held, we only had 1 hour. So in a way, we had to rush things. So you'll see we kind of spaced it out really well today because we have this extra time. But not so much of extra time that we could read the multitude of tributes that we received. So if we didn't read out any tributes at this funeral ceremony, please forgive us. Jaggi particularly, I knew, always preferred a lot of music to be played. So I'm going to hand over to Kumaresan for a few songs, and then I'll come and close the formal part of this ceremony. Thank you.
Our father was a great lover of M.S. Subbulakshmi, D.K. Pattamal, and he enjoyed one of the songs that was Eppadi Paadinaro. So let's dedicate this beautiful song, Eppadi Paadinaro. Eppadi Paadinaro, Eppadi Paadinaro, Adiyar Eppadi Paadinaro, Adiyar Appadi Paadanan, ஆசை கொண்டேன் சிவமே எப்படி பாடினாரோ, அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடை பிள்ளையும், அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடை பிள்ளையும், அப்பரும் சுந்தரரும் ஆளுடை பிள்ளையும், அருள்மணி வாசகரும் பொருள் உணர்ந்து உனையே, அருள்மணி வாசகரும் பொருள் உணர்ந்து உனையே எப்படி பாடினரோ, அடியார் அப்படி பாடனான் ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினாரோ. குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருமை தாயுமானாரும், குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருமை தாயுமானாரும், அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருஜோதி வள்ளலும், அருணகிரிநாதமும் அருஜோதி வள்ளலும், கருணை கடல் பெருகி கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினான் உருகி, கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினான் உருகி, கருணை கடல் பெருகி காதலினான் உருகி, தமிழ் தனித்தமிழ் சொல்லினான் உதினும் உன்னையே, தனித்தமிழ் சொல்லினான் அனுதினும் உன்னையே எப்படி பாடினரோ, அடியார் அப்படி பாடனான் ஆசை கொண்டே சிவமே எப்படி பாடினரோ, பாடினரோ, பாடினரோ சிவமே 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 திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Aya was a great lover of the Thiru Arutpa. As I said, he sang the Devarum, Thiruvasagam. Also, the Arutpa. Let us listen to some compositions of the Thiru Arutpa. அப்பா நான் வேண்டுதல் கேட்டு, அப்பா நான் வேண்டுதல் உரைத்தல் கேட்டு அருள் புரிதல் வேண்டும். உயர்கட்கு எல்லாம் நான் அன்பு செயல் வேண்டும். எப்பாரும் எப்பதமும் எங்கனும் நான் சென்றே எந்தை நினது அருட்புகழ இயம்பியிடல் வேண்டும். செப்பாத மேல் நிலை மேல் சுத்த சிவமார்க்கும் திகழ்ந்து ஓங்க அருஜோதி அருஜோதி செலுத்தியிடல் வேண்டும். திகழ்ந்து ஓங்க அருஜோதி செலுத்தியிடல் வேண்டும். தப்பேது நான் செய்யினும் நீ பொறுதல் வேண்டும். அப்பா 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 தப்பேது நான் செய்யினும் நீ பொறுதல் வேண்டும். தலைவனினை பிரியாத நிலைமையும் வேண்டுவனே. கல்லார்க்கும் கற்றவர்க்கும் கழிப்பருளும் கழிப்பே. காணார்க்கும் கண்டவர்க்கும் கண்ணாளிக்கும் கண்ணே. கல்லார்க்கும் கற்றவர்க்கும் கழிப்பருளும் கழிப்பே. காணார்க்கும் கண்டவர்க்கும் கண்ணாளிக்கும் கண்ணே. வல்லார்க்கும் ஆட்டார்க்கும் வரமளிக்கும் வரமே. வல்லார்க்கும் மாட்டார்க்கும் வரமளிக்கும் வரமே. மதியார்க்கும் மதிப்பவர்க்கும் மதி கொடுக்கும் மதியே. மதியார்க்கும் மதிப்பவர்க்கும் மதி கொடுக்கும் மதியே. நல்லார்க்கும் உள்ளார்க்கும் நடு நின்ற நடுவே. நல்லார்க்கும் பொல்லார்க்கும் நடு நின்ற நடுவே. நரர்களுக்கும் சூரர்களுக்கும் நலம் கொடுக்கும் நலமே. எல்லார்க்கும் பொதுவில் நடும் ஈடுகின்ற சிவமே. சிவமே சிவமே சிவமே. எல்லார்க்கும் பொதுவில் நடும் ஈடுகின்ற சிவமே. என்னரசே யான் புகழும் இசையுமானின் அருளே. எல்லாரசே யான் புகழும் இசையுமானின் அருளே.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did say that was the last speaker, but we are very fortunate, in fact, to have in our presence somebody that was really, really closely associated with Jaggi, right, including trips overseas and much more, but he will talk a little bit about that. Dr. Mickey Chetty from Johannesburg was the president of the South African Tamil Federation. He's currently the president of the International Movement of Tamil Culture globally. So it gives me great pleasure in asking Dr. Mickey Chetty to please address us. Thank you.
Vanakkam, Namaste, Sairam. The Master of Ceremonies, the bereaved family. Just to get something correct is that I am the president of the International Movement of Tamil Culture in South Africa and the deputy president globally. Now, I didn't prepare a speech. How do you speak about a person like everyone called? I'm sorry about that, Uncle Jaggi.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Okay. I met Jaggi, Uncle Jaggi, coincidentally with Dr. Maestri some years ago, umpteen years ago, at the laundry, where he used to spend most of his time with Dr. Maestri and Kuben and his wonderful son is here today. He used to spend a lot of time there at the laundry. And at that time, I was the president of the South African Tamil Federation. And we just started talking, and he had such great wisdom. He had such great passion. When I say passion, ladies and gentlemen, he had a passion for the Tamil language and culture. And that gave me a lot of strength, to be honest with you. I was sort of a young guy, took over the presidency of the South African Tamil Federation. And I was listening to an elder in the community, and he just blew me away. And what I'm telling you is a fact. Because he had so much of knowledge of the Tamil culture that I just couldn't understand why we couldn't do the right things. And then he told me outright on our first appearance, he said, you know what? He used to call me Mickey, and he said, you know what, Mickey? Your attitude is incorrect. That was Uncle Jaggi. He said, why do you guys fight about everything that you guys do? So I said, Uncle Jaggi, it's difficult. I was also the chairperson of the Extension 6 Tamil School at that time. And we then pushed for metric to be taught, the Tamil child to write a metric. And it didn't take place in this country at that time. And we then wrote to the Department of the House of Delegates, and they came back to us and said, we can't set one paper. And at that time, Devaki Govender was actually the minister of the minister in the House of Delegates. And then we were talking about that. And he said, why don't you approach it in a little decent way? I said, how do you deal with this decent way when the guy tells you, when the department tells you that we cannot set one paper in this country? Then he sat down with me, and Kuban was such a wonderful guy, passed on, everyone knows him, he passed on, what a wonderful human being in any case. And he said to me, why don't you approach this issue decently, speak to this guy? I said, listen, Uncle Jaggi, I wrote a letter to them as Extension 6 Tamil School, and this is what they said to me. Now we're talking 1993. So that's how long I know Uncle Jaggi. And he said to me, come, I'll approach the department. That was Uncle Jaggi again. He always had a plan. He never said, look, let's forget about it. You guys deal with it and whatever you. So I then, after some time, I went back home and I just corresponded with him now and then, just finding out what's happening. And he asked me what's happening, and I said to him, look, we got a sponsor to sponsor this paper. He said, are you serious that you need to do this? I said, if I don't do it now, we'll never be able to do it. And then we approached the department and we said, we have a sponsor. And then I got a call from the late Jagadesan. Everyone knows him. And he said to me, Jaggi called him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at the turn of events. At that time, Jagadesan and M.V. Raja was in the Department of Education. And Devar played a significant role. And I said, who said what? So he said, look, Jaggi called me and he said, look, you want to set one paper. It's difficult, but I think the minister is considering it, and you guys sent a letter to state you got a sponsor, and we had a sponsor from Joburg. His name was Krish Pillai, which wanted to sponsor 25,000 rand at that time for that one paper to be written. And then what had happened, these were the difficulties that we had in the House of Delegates. And we're supposed to be Indians. And these are the difficulties that we had. To set one paper was a mission. They then came back to us and said, listen, we'll set the paper, let's get together and set the paper. Then again, Jaggi was involved in it again. Some of the other he was involved in it. Then we had Dr. V.G. Pariachi involved in it, and Siva Palyandi from Mauritius involved in it, and we managed. And then what had happened is the department said that they will send Dr. A.M. Pillai, everyone knows him, to Johannesburg to see whether this child can write the examination. And then I got a call from Jaggi again, Uncle Jaggi again, and he said to me, well done. And I said to him, was it worth fighting? He said, you see, we're not fighting. You enjoyed the ride. Now, that sort of attitude Uncle Jaggi had, and that's what brought him more closer to us, to me in particular, to be honest with you. I knew he was involved with the NTBS Trust. He always spoke proud about the trust. And he said, you know what, we implemented the Tamil primer, and Mr. M.V. Raja and N.C. Naidu was involved in it and processed it. But I'm proud of you guys that you actually got the department to set this paper. So the first child that wrote that paper was Primiti Modli. And she got through with distinctions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is where the start. I needed to start somewhere, and that is where it all started. It started off in the laundry, it then finished off with regards to this. And what happened? Uncle Jaggi was a spanner in the works all the time. Whatever we did, he had something to say. And whenever he said something, it was about unity. All the time about unity. I remember, and you would remember, some of you who are sitting here will remember that when there was a newspaper article where Dr. T.P. Naidu said that Tamil is dying, and then there was a reaction by the South African Tamil Federation. I reacted to it, and he called me to order. That was, he said, why don't you sit down and discuss? So I said, Uncle Jaggi, every time you tell me sit down and discuss it, he said, don't fight. Let's be peaceful about it, let's deal with it properly. And Dr. T.P. Naidu did a hell of a lot of good things in this country. He was part and parcel of getting the actual SATF. They were a group of people which actually got, the NTBS was the one which initiated the idea to have a mother body, and that's how the South African Tamil Federation was formed. And I must give praise to Mr. Naga Modli and various others who played that role. And eventually we resolved the issue amicably, and we understood why Dr. T.P. Naidu said what he said. See, when you Uncle Jaggi, wherever he traveled with me, he traveled quite a few countries with me. He traveled to Singapore, he's traveled to Malaysia, he's traveled with me to India, he traveled with me to Paris. And everywhere we went, one unique thing came out of his mouth. Are you spending public money? Are you spending public money? If you are spending public money, I don't want to come with you. So I told him, Uncle Jaggi, I'm not spending public money. I'm spending my money. And he said, for the whole group? I said, yes, for the whole group. And I said, don't ask me this ever again, because whenever I ask you to come with me, I'm not spending public money. That's how Uncle Jaggi was. He taught us discipline. We're heads of organizations, but that means nothing. When you have an elder guiding you through the process, you must appreciate that. Always appreciate that. And Uncle Jaggi played a tremendous role in my life. Numerous occasions he brought me to order, and I'm happy with it. And I can say this public. Dr. Maestri played a major role with Dr. Maestri and Kuben and them at the laundry, and they conveyed the deepest sympathies to everyone here. And last of all, I just want to say to you that it's correct to give me 2 minutes, because I can talk the whole day about this guy. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just saying it openly. Uncle Jaggi played an important role, and that we must remember that whatever he did in the interest of the Tamil community in South Africa. What is very important that you need to know, that he and Krish played a significant role just recently in engaging with us to try and see how we can come together and they could take over the premises of the Silver Glen project. This could have only been done by people like that gives their whole life to the institutions that we serve. Let's bring everyone as a united body. I want to tell you one important thing that has happened. I don't know if any one of you know who George Hart is. A lot of Tamil scholars are sitting here. I'll leave that for you to Google it and check it out. There was a discussion in Tamil. George Hart, to be honest with you, has been given an award by the Indian government to bring about classification of Tamil. He was the person who made that presentation. And he had a discussion with Uncle Jaggi in our presence. And I want to say to you that it was a pleasant discussion. And you know what he said? He said, if you have Tamil scholars of this sort of nature in South Africa, I don't see you should be looking for others. Now, that gives you a clear message who Jaggi was. On behalf of my family, the International Movement for Tamil Culture worldwide, and the Tamil community at large, let's celebrate his life. Let it not end here. And you know, we have a unique problem in our community. We talk about unity, but we do not practice unity. If you look at Uncle Jaggi's life, if you look at his life, he treated me like a son, and the position is this, I was in the outskirts. He would travel to Eisterfitz. In spite of the NTVS trust not being at those functions, the last anniversary, we found him there again with Krish. They spent some time there, but he spent time right up to late hours of the morning. He had the love for the language, for the culture, and he would spend hours and hours, late nights, basically being there. And I want to say to the NTVS Trust, if the members are here, wherever he went, he promoted the trust. He promoted the NTVS Trust. He was with me as the president of the South African Tamil Federation, but he went there and he said he belonged to the trust. That was Uncle Jaggi. So let us live that sort of life, that let's bring our Tamil community together, work together, don't have any divisions. And on behalf again, on behalf of my family, my wife, and the international movement for Tamil culture in South Africa, and the international movement for worldwide, we pass our deepest condolences to the Patha family, every one of you. We appreciate, we will never forget Jaggi. Jaggi was just a great human being. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Dr. Mickey Chetty, for that heartfelt message. We know how much he meant to you, and he was always talking about you, in fact. We'll conclude. Thank you all for attending, and thanks to our international audience also for tuning in. We'll get Kumaresan, and Kumaresan, thank you very much. Truly appreciate your beautiful singing. Kumaresan will end with some numbers, and then if the pallbearers can be on hand, ready to move the coffin, please, while Kumaresan sings for us. Thank you.
It's a humble request. Firstly, the family members can now come forward and pay your last respects to our dear father. I will sing the Sivapuranam of Manika Vasagar. Namacchivaya Varga Nadal Varga இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காததால் வாழ்க கோகழியாண்ட குருமணி தந்தால் வாழ்க ஆகமுமாகி நின்று அன்னிப்பாந்தால் வாழ்க ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவனடி வாழ்க ஈசனடி போற்றி என் தையடி போற்றி தேசனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தேனின்ற நிமலனடி போற்றி மாய பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சிறார் பெருந்துரினம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இல்பும் அருளுமலை போற்றி போற்றி சிவனவன் என் சிந்தையுள் நின்ற அதனால் அவன் அருளாலே அவள் தாள் வணங்கி செல்தை மகிழும் சிவபுராணம் தன்னை முந்தை வினை முழுவது மோய ஒரு பல்யான் முந்தை வினை முழுதும் மோய உரை பல்யான் கண்ணுதலாம் தன் கருணை கண்காட்ட வந்தெய்தி என் உதற்கு எட்டார் எழிலால் கழல் இரண்டி விண் நிறைந்து மண் நிறைந்து மிக்காய் விளங்கொலியாய் என் நிறைந்து எல்லாதான நின் பெரும் பொல்லா வினையேன் புகழுமாறும் ஒன்றும் அறியே ஒன்று அறியே விருகமாகி பூடாய் புழுவாய் மரமாகி பல்விரகமாகி பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி பல்விரகமாகி பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி புல்லாய் மூடாய் புழுவாய் மரமாகி பல்விருகமாகி பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி கல்லாய் மனிதராய் பேயாய் கணங்களாய் வல்ல சுரராய் முனிவராய் தேவராய் செல்ல நின்று இத்தாவர சங்கமதுள் இத்தாவர சங்கமதுள் Will all pallbearers now to please come forward? Thank you. As we sing the Archopadigam, shall we all rise please? Muttineri, please join me in the Muttineri Archopadigam. Muttineri Adiyada Murgarodu Muyal Venai Muttineri அறியாத முருகரோடு முயல் வேலை பக்தி நெறி அறிவித்து பழவினைகள் வாழ்வண்ணம் சித்தமனம் அருவித்து சிவமாக்கி என்னையாண்ட அத்தன் எனக்கு அருளியவர் ஆர்பெருவாரச்சோமே நெறியெல்லாம் நெறி நன்மை நெறியாக நிலைவேனை சிறு நெறிகள் சேராமே திருவருளே சேருவண்ணம் குறியொன்றும் இல்லாத கூத்த எனக்கு அறியும் வண்ணம் அருளியவர் ஆர்பெருவாரச்சோமே செம்மைகளும் அறியாத சிதறொருளும் திரிவேனை உம்மைப்படும் அருளித்து முதலாய
வீட்டுக்கு வந்து நான் உடனோட குட்டிக்குள்ள கடைசியாக 4 வீட்டுக்கு வந்தோம். இந்த குழந்தை சோபாவில் போட்டு வச்சுருந்தேன். கூட பார்க்காம உட்கார போட்டேன். தாய்மா நேரம் அவன் கூட இருந்தேன். நான் இங்கே தான் இருந்தேன். வெட்டிங் வைக்கிறேன். You did the other one. Yeah, soft boy. Yeah, you go right in the way. You went to do the போயிட்டாங்க.